Most ACA students fail their exams on the first attempt. And do you know why? Because they make the same deadly mistakes over and over again. Every failed attempt means wasted time, lost money, and another painful wait for the next session. While others move ahead in their careers, you're stuck rewriting the same paper. Sounds terrifying, right? But what if I told you that passing ACCA on your first attempt isn't just possible? It's a strategy that top scorers follow religiously. If you don't want to be the one regretting missed opportunities while your peers move forward, then stay with me till the end, because this video will reveal exactly what you need to do to pass ACCA exams in one go. It's 2 a.m. Your eyes are burning, your coffee has gone cold, and despite hours of studying, nothing is sticking. You feel like you've read everything but remembered nothing. The ACCA exam is just days away, and panic is creeping in. Sound familiar? But what if I told you? Passing ACCA on the first attempt isn't about studying harder, it's about studying smarter. And most people get it completely wrong. There are two types of ACCA students. The first group, they spend months buried under books, highlighting every word, memorizing pages, and still walk into the exam feeling lost. The second, they study with a system. A strategy so effective that when they walk into the exam hall, they already know they've passed. The real question is, which one will you be? Most students fail not because they're not smart enough, but because they don't know the right way to prepare. They chase perfection, drown in unnecessary details, and end up overwhelmed. But today that changes. By the end of this video, you'll have a step-by-step method that will put you in the top 5% of ACCA students. No unnecessary stress, no last-minute panic, just a bulletproof strategy that guarantees results. I know exactly how you're feeling right now. I've been there too. The pressure, the constant doubts, and that nagging fear that maybe you won't make it. But let me tell you, that fear, it's all in your head. You're capable of so much more than you realize. All it takes is a shift in perspective and the right approach. You don't have to do it alone. I'm here to walk you through this, step by step, so you can conquer those exams with confidence. You've got this, and together, we'll make sure your first attempt is your only attempt. Let's dive in. Alright, let's get into the core of the strategy. But before I dive deep, let me give you a sneak peek of what's coming. Trust me, you won't want to miss any of these. The 80-20 rule for ACCA success. You'll be shocked to learn how you're probably wasting 80% of your time on things that won't even show up on the exam. The power of active recall. Forget the passive reading that's holding you back. This technique is a game changer. Your custom study plan. I'll show you exactly how to create a plan that works for you, not against you, without feeling like you're juggling a million things. Mastering the exam technique. It's not just about knowing the answers, but how you answer them. Learn the trick that separates top scorers from the rest. The secret to overcoming exam anxiety. Imagine walking into that exam room with zero stress. I'll reveal the mental strategies that elite students use to stay calm and perform at their best. These might sound simple, but trust me, each one of these steps can make or break your chances of passing on your first attempt. Stick with me because I'm about to break down each of these secrets so you can apply them immediately. Are you ready? Let's go. Let's start with the 80-20 rule for ACCA success. You've been studying for hours, day after day, yet when you look at the vast syllabus, it feels like you've barely scratched the surface. Sound familiar? What if I told you 80% of the content you're stressing over won't even be tested? That's right. The key is focusing on the critical 20% that actually makes a difference. I'm going to show you exactly how to pinpoint those high-value areas and stop wasting time on everything else. By the end of this video, you'll have the confidence to prioritize your study sessions like never before. Want to know the best part? This trick alone will slash your study time and boost your chances of passing. But you'll need to stick with me to see how it works in real action. Don't skip ahead because you'll miss it. Next up, active recall. Forget everything you've been taught about passive reading. Let me guess, you've spent hours reading through your notes, underlining key points, and maybe even writing summaries? You've probably convinced yourself this is the way to go. But here's the harsh truth. Passive studying is a trap. You need to actively challenge yourself to remember and apply the information. Active recall is the secret weapon that top students use to make information stick. No more mindlessly flipping through pages. This technique forces your brain to retain, and I'm going to show you exactly how to use it to take your preparation to the next level. Imagine walking into your exam knowing you've already mastered the toughest questions. Stay with me. This technique is coming up, and you'll want to be ready. Let's talk about your custom study plan. You've probably seen those one-size-fits-all study plans online, right? But here's the catch. They don't work. Everyone's situation is different. Some of you might have full-time jobs, others might be balancing family, and some might be working in internships. You can't use the same plan as everyone else. What you need is a tailored study plan that fits your life and allows you to study effectively. I'm going to walk you through how to build a plan that maximizes your time and doesn't overwhelm you. The best part? This plan will keep you on track and eliminate procrastination once and for all. Stick around because by the end of this, you'll have your very own roadmap to ACCA success, and you'll wonder how you ever studied without it. Now, mastering the exam technique. Here's a secret most students don't know. It's not just about what you know, but how you show what you know. How many times have you seen a question, felt confident with the material, but then completely blanked during the exam? It happens to the best of us. But what if you could walk into the exam with a clear strategy for tackling every question efficiently? This isn't about memorization, it's about how you approach the exam. And I'm going to break down the techniques the top scorers use to ace their exams, even when they don't know all the answers. Stick around for this part, because once you know this, you'll never look at exam questions the same way again. Finally, let's talk about overcoming exam anxiety. Imagine this. You've studied like a pro, you've got the skills, but as soon as you sit in front of that paper, panic sets in. Your heart races, your palms sweat, and your mind goes blank. Sound familiar? Exam anxiety is one of the biggest reasons students fail. But it doesn't have to be that way. You see, the top 5% of ACCA students don't just study. They train their minds. They know how to stay calm under pressure, and they have strategies that ensure they perform at their best when it counts. I'm going to reveal how you can do the same, so that when the exam day arrives, you're not just prepared, you're unshakable. This one tip is coming up in just a bit, and trust me, you won't want to miss it. Are you feeling that sense of urgency yet? Because once you have these strategies, you won't just pass, you'll dominate your ACCA exams on the first attempt. These aren't just tips, they're game changers that will elevate your study routine, calm your nerves, and set you up for success like never before. Keep watching, because the magic is in the details, and these strategies will soon be at your fingertips. Stay with me, we're just getting started. Before we finish, I've got something special for you, something I wish I had known when I was in your shoes. It's the real secret behind passing ACCA on the first attempt, and trust me, this is going to hit hard. Let me take you back for a second. Picture me sitting at my desk, feeling like I was drowning in study material. I spent hours reviewing notes, watching videos, doing mock exams, but something was missing, and I couldn't figure out what it was. I was just studying, not learning. Then one day, a friend casually mentioned, "You know what they say, the best way to learn is to teach." I laughed it off. Teach? How could I teach something I was still trying to figure out? But out of sheer frustration, I decided to try it. I started explaining the toughest concepts to anyone who would listen. Friends, random family members, even my dog. Hey, it worked. And here's the crazy part. Everything clicked. I could finally explain things without hesitation, and the content I thought I was barely holding on to suddenly felt like second nature. Here's the hack. Teach what you learn. It's the most powerful mental trick out there. The second you teach something, you don't just memorize it, you internalize it, and that's the difference between barely passing and acing the exam. You might be thinking, but I'm not ready to teach. Let me stop you right there. You don't need to be an expert to teach. Teach it to yourself first. Break down those concepts out loud. Make it sound like you're explaining it to the world. You'll be shocked at how much faster you own the material. This is the bonus tip you've been missing, And trust me, it's not just going to help you ace ACA, it's going to make you unstoppable in your career. So, are you ready to stop just memorizing and start mastering? Let's finish this with the real secret. You've got to teach your way to the top. Keep going. Your ACA success story is about to begin. Hold up. Before you go, I've got something you cannot miss in the next video.
I know you're ready to start your ACCA journey, but here's the thing. If you don't get your study plan right from the beginning, you're setting yourself up for a whole lot of stress and wasted time. What if I told you there's a game-changing ACCA study plan that's specifically tailored for beginners? One that will give you the edge from day one. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. In the next video, I'm revealing the exact blueprint that top achievers use to kick off their ACCA prep with confidence and clarity. You want to pass the first time, right? Then you'll want to be first in line for this plan. Stay tuned, because if you don't, you might be wasting precious weeks that could cost you your goal. You've stuck with me this far, which means you're serious about passing ACCA on the first attempt. But let's be real. How many of you have felt that panic creeping in because you're not sure where to even start? Or maybe you've Googled study plans and ended up more confused than when you began. Here's the thing. The right study plan can make all the difference. In the next video, I'm dropping the ACCA study plan for beginners that's going to change the game for you. No fluff, no filler. Just a step-by-step blueprint that will have you crushing the exam with confidence. Imagine knowing exactly what to study, how to study, and when to study, all mapped out for you. This isn't just about passing, it's about accelerating your progress and mastering the material from the very first day. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. To recap, if you're ready to ditch the chaos and have a clear, actionable plan for success, make sure you don't miss the next video. Education Bench is your secret weapon, guiding you through the most efficient path to success. Hit that subscribe button so you're the first to get this game-changing blueprint. The countdown to your ACCA success has started. Are you ready to take control? Let's do this.